Jedi Fallen Order Dark Temple Issue 1 heads to On Tutho, where the second sister has arrived with her troopers. Locating the Stormtrooper field commander, the commander says that there is one last pocket of resistance on the entire planet. The sister says that she has learned something unusual about one of their enemies, and the commander confirms it, saying that one of his men thought he saw a lightsaber in the field, making the Inquisitor tell the commander to stop his men from firing. Heading out onto the battlefield, the second sister uses her saber to advance her men up the line until the firing stops and they come face to face with the lightsaber wielding being. Years before on Namil, Jedi Padawan Cere Junda tries to mediate a meeting between some Trandoshan pirates and monks, but becomes frustrated, using the Force to separate them. Master Cordova arrives, apologizing for his Padawan's impulsive nature. The Jedi says that they will talk with both parties separately, and he's eager to study the monks since this is the first recorded encounter in many years with them. Cere tells him this isn't one of his study missions, but a peacekeeping mission, but Cordova says that maybe it is both, as he goes with the monks, leaving Cere to deal with the Trandoshans. The Trandoshans say that their warlord shouldn't be following orders from someone so young like her, and soon the pirates begin fighting with one another, and Cere tries to break up the fight, meaning she has intervened in a formal challenge to Warlord Vurisk's authority, turning all of the pirates against her. They attack, but Cere uses her training to dodge the angry aliens, keeping them calm, but soon she has to use her lightsaber to disarm some of them, still intent on not hurting them. Cordova returns, saying the monks admit to stealing the Trandoshan's credits, but Cere has already taken out the pirates. She apologizes for her part in the escalation, but the warlord is not happy still. Later at the Jedi Council, Cere owns up to her mistakes, but says the pirates were aggressive towards her. Yoda does believe the woman was provoked, but wonders if that is something that should actually happen to a Jedi. Cordova gets involved, saying ancient Jedi texts imply instincts and judgments are ways the Force speaks to them before they are fully trained to listen to it, or even after they've grown deaf to it. Cere asks if she's been cast out from the Order, but Mace Windu says that she isn't, since her whole situation with the pirates using the credits to buy weapons was complicated. Moving on to their next assignment, Mace tells Cordova and Cere that they will be heading to On Tutho, a new planet in the Republic where they will be looking over the exploration of a recently uncovered temple. Cordova thinks it's a Jedi temple, but the Council think it not, but the locals requested Republic assistance anyhow. The Council warns Cere not to be too impulsive as they leave, with Cere knowing this assignment is actually her punishment. 3 days later, they arrive on the planet, meeting with their contact, Dylanto Dar, founder of the Dar Corporation. Cere is fascinated with the purple snow falling as they move through the town, learning that it is the tambic gas from the atmosphere. It is also very poisonous, so she shouldn't be trying to eat it. Heading into the city, Dar tells them that they arrived at a good time since they were about to send a group to the Phylar region, where the temple is located, and the Jedi can join them if they would like. Heading to the transports, they learn Dar isn't actually going to the excavated site just yet, but the Jedi can talk with the people of Phylar so they can come to an agreement, since all of the other regions fall under the unified planetary government, but Phylar is its own nation. Cordova wonders if Dar thought they would bring the might of a Republic with them to convince the Phylari, but Dar says no, since he wants the Republic to see how difficult working with the Phylari can be. Dar isn't going with the Jedi, however, leaving the Jedi to go with his people into the forests of Phylar. Traveling into the forest, Cordova isn't happy about being used as some show of force on Dar's behalf, but he hopes it all goes well despite the armed and armoured convoy they are in. Suddenly there is an explosion, and the driver says that it's an ambush, stopping the transport. Cere wants to go and find out what it was, leaping from the convoy as her master soon follows her, learning she heard blaster fire ahead of them. Cordova notes that something is clouding their force here, hence why they can't really sense anything out there. Igniting her lightsaber, Cere still can't sense anything. Cordova wonders if his Padawan knows how to find their attackers when they can't sense things with the Force, imploring her to use all her gifts. Cordova soon finds the disturbance on the ground, using it as tracks to follow. His Padawan takes off after them as Cordova tells her not to. However, Cere soon becomes lost in the forest, reaching out with the Force and soon finding a dead man in it. Soon she hears voices, calling to them as Cordova also calls for her. Cere soon returns to him, saying she was following another voice, and it seemed like she got lost. She tells him of the people in the forest and the body she found as the convoy explodes behind them, engulfing her master. Cere soon awakens in the debris, fearing her master has been killed, but soon she is knocked unconscious, a voice hoping someone is right about the Padawan. Jedi Fallen Order Dark Temple issue 1 was an action-packed issue that introduced us to Cere Junda, one of the main characters in the upcoming Fallen Order video game. It was fun, we're getting more stories set during the prequel trilogy, and it's even better because it's before the Clone Wars. It's an era between and before episodes 1 and 2, so that hasn't really been explored in the new canon all that much. If there's one problem I had with this issue, is it seems Cere falls into that trope that's popped up in Star Wars, in that the Jedi apprentice seems to be kind of brash and headstrong and a little bit arrogant and kind of full of themselves a little bit. And I get they are still in training, but it always seems to happen with new characters, because Kanan was like that, Ezra was like that, Anakin was like that, Luke was like that. They're all kind of like that. And it feels like nothing new can be done with these apprentices, like they have to be like that for some reason. I would like to have seen something a bit different for a change, like maybe a swap where the master was a bit more arrogant and the student was kind of the calm, reserved one. That would have been pretty cool. That being said, I am looking forward to her character development and how she becomes the hardened warrior we've been told she will be in the Fallen Order video game. I'm going to give this issue a 7 out of 10. Issue